Okay, so hello everyone, welcome to the stream. So done with the thing I wanted to do for the week, so now doing the things that in the good old box of things I started and haven't finished. So this is the main thing that I want to have done. So what I have here is the personal model that I've been working on very slowly. Most notable thing with this one is that it's not standing. It's not doing the standing straight, face forward, arms at the side, legs slightly apart, standing and facing straight at the screen. We're doing the, well, first up, seated, slightly turned, facing a little bit to the side, and want the focus more to be what's happening between the head and the hands than just the head. Obviously it's still only going to be controlled by face tracking because it can only be controlled by face tracking. So that is one thing, but as a general reminder, one of the main goals this time is to heavily incorporate the mouse input. It's nothing new, a lot of people have done it, but that's one thing I'm going to be doing. The other is one of the newer features, if I can figure it out, in Live2D itself, which supposedly means that before, when I did the whole Boolean physics bridge that I did to try to do a hands-free toggle, it might be feasible without the hands-free toggle now, so we'll see how that goes. But regardless, a couple of bits that I think just require a mask over the top. The problem is that at certain angles there needs to be a filled line pretty much at all times. Some angles it does, actually it's more, the line needs to be at a different spot depending on the angle, which means that we can't really just not have a line there, because otherwise, namely with, this is the, basically the ends, the pinky side of the hand, like the side of the hand, like it's that muscle, right here, you can kind of see it right there, and then this is the, supposed to be the muscle reaching up towards the thumb. I don't think I should be doing it like this. I feel like this thumb muscle needs to be different. Where is that? Thumb. You literally need to be like... Oh, right. Let me just grab... Because you need to be like way more like... Just a muscle behind there. Do we just bring the thumb inwards? Actually, where is this? I don't normally draw hands at this angle, so there's a part of me that doesn't really know what I'm doing. Well, more like if I'm going to draw a hand at this angle, I'm probably not going to draw this part because it's irrelevant, because it's at the back and you can't see. Well, let's just do something like connector for now. Have a good old think about whether that's how's it setting at a later point. Microphone. Do I need the nail on this one? So gotta be relying on the nail of the finger to help orientate the finger. That's why all of the fingers have a nail on. I feel like looking down at my head. I don't know if I'm thinking about this correctly. This line might need to be more gentle here. I actually just want to reach all the way down to the bottom of the palm. Uh, the main thing I'm worried about right now is actually this line. We can, yeah, I'm just like point over it with my cursor. You actually see, I have the big old stop sign here. This line right here, I have to mask it out a little bit at certain angles. I think that actually the whole hand itself might need to go. This might actually need to go more. I feel like the fingers look really long and really thick. I don't know if I like it. It's also supposed to be a little bit forward to I'm actually gonna reduce this a little bit. Just can I please grab both of these at the same time? Thank you. Whoa, don't do that. Reduce that a little. Reduce that quite significantly, actually. Then we want to grab you, or just thin some of the lines out later. That's not a problem. I don't like how these are. That a little bit, and then we'll go. Stick that on there. This will probably all change again later, but especially once the colors and things are being covered instead. That'll probably help adjust everything by quite a fair amount. Get in, make it longer. Do that for now. What's happening with this one? This one's at the back, so I don't know how much this is going to get affected. It's really like a little bit smaller. But we'll get in like that a little bit. We're going to grab the bottom half of you. We're just going to go a little bit this way. Then we're going to grab the tip here. Well, now we'll just kind of attach that on. Then we'll grab you. We're just going that. Feel like I need to go here and get you out of here and deeper like that. Maybe not all the way that way, maybe. Rather adjust the lines there again. Alright, I'll just stop messing around with that for a bit. Just sitting in a roughly the right spot. Ideally, the hand should be able to completely expand out. have a good old play around with that again at some later point. Alright, so right now I got a top piece of the torso. This is literally handling the whole of this chest portion of the upper body. Down to basically about where the breast line could be. Why have it's about. It's in here somewhere, like about here. Pretty much on. Actually, no, it's pretty much on the chest line because the body's leaning forward. So like off the. You fit it down. Where's the actual neck portion? You. Collar itself is actually leaning downwards because the body itself is leaning forward. Here for now. Will I bring this down a little bit? I'm gonna separate the top and the bottom half of the big old hoodie here. Ideally it should look big and fluffy, so I still don't know how I feel about this. Oh right, I should probably add a backside to this, shouldn't I? Alright. Hand, cuff front. Cuff front is not currently in front of the hand. That's probably gonna be a problem. Actually, you also need to be, you both need to be in front of the hand. Let's just hand. In the hand comes in, then we want the cuff back. We'll just go ahead and I don't know why it's not responding correctly when I try to drag on the navigator with my pen. It's got like a giant delay before it decides to work. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and just fill in the backside of this one. I'm not going to be overly careful. This is mostly a cover piece, so we're just going to make sure that this joins back up with that, and for now that will do. Tiny bit there. Is this the right pin? Why does that feel really big? Pop that out. Alright, where's the center of the chest here? Right down here, right? Hold on, let me just... let's just draw that. About there. That's close enough for the what I need right now. So I'm going to just go ahead and go about there, and we'll just bring this around here. Just gonna make this. Alright, out of the way. Ain't no way you can see anything from there. Alright, what we're dealing with these pros. Probably should bring these closer together, shouldn't I? Ba, 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 ba. This is probably gonna bite me in the butt doing it like this, but should these be more evenly spaced? Ba, 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 Where's the legs? Legs. Ba, 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 ba. Up, up. I do this as one piece. Was it better if I just do two? Okay, I think I need to actually. I still need. What's this line? That's just body. This is one set of legs. What's this? This is the other set of. You be one color. You be one color for a moment. What is red? Like this is one body. This is the clothing. Okay, you. Be a different color. I think realistically, it's probably better if the legs start. Okay. They're gonna have to hide at least one piece below. Better if. Okay, I need to separate to as straight of a part as possible. So basically, you're gonna have the. Oh, I need a shading layer, right? Up, 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 up. Up, 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 Okay, what's the best way to deal with this? Let's just be part of the leg area. We literally need a square. Yeah, we need a square shape. So the bottom part of this needs to be in front of this piece. Gotta go. I need to put the legs into here as well. I need this piece that's like specifically behind the legs. Alright, let's go legs. Alright, so first up we need the actual hoodie hoodie portion that goes okay, so this is the right close. We need one for the right close should be the top. Then you have the top. Let's call this top over. Then you have the actual legs. Then you go right leg. Then you go left leg. Then you go more lining behind legs, and then you go what do they call these things? Right, okay, bottom under and left back, like. Okay, so first thing, it's going to just use this general shape here to deal with this, where the right side will be along the leg, like right against the hip, pretty much. So just go along here. Ideally as straight as possible, so probably about there, right? But then the top will go over the top like so. Make sure that's more or less joined up. Because the bot side will then need to go underneath the legs, pretty much the same as the top piece here. Going under the legs like so, but this piece also needs to go should this be significantly longer? How thick are the oh, you're right, this is basically just how thick do I want to make the hip. Let's say it goes like this, and then it goes something like that, right? Just finagle this together for a moment. Because then the right close then has to come all the way down over the legs, so that this is a little bit thick right at the bottom here. Pop this out. Pop that out because that's bothering me. And then the left back actually needs to do something along the lines of this. Pop. Pop, 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 boop. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. I need like a creased layer for the bottom here. But this bit needs to be able to stretch. So this goes into the bottom part. Does that need to be in front or behind? It needs to be in front. This needs to be two separate parts. Hold up. Let me just separate this. Bup, 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 That's all wrong there. How's this work? Um. Hmm. Bup, bup, bum. Bup, 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 bum. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Just separate. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Bup, bum. Just like straight up reduce the thickness of the legs by quite a bit. Bup, 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 bum. How's that go? Right, left. I need a. Hmm. So basically, we go. Do I need the side of the hip? Or can I just rely on the other parts covering the inner parts of the leg? You just cover it, right? Hmm. Actually, that's not even correct. Hold up. Where is this part? You. Oh. We're gonna pull you back a bit. Actually, that's about right now. I want the shorts to poke through a little bit there. The biggest problem is I need to create a bit of thickness on the shorts or not. Hmm. I need to be able to see past. Alright, whatever. We need thigh, knee, calf, and then the feet, which is at the top. So the thigh is going to be right at the back. The calf probably needs to be next, and the knee actually has to be a top piece, right? Hmm. Where's the who's blue right now? You be a different color. Mm-hmm. I just want to seal this so that it's easier to work with later. Good. Um, bu- 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 um. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Actually impressed with how much this has to pull back. Ba 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 bum. What is up in front? So how's a knee actually have to work? Knee has to go. I might need to turn to two different lines. You give me just half. I'm just gonna go. Yeah, let's be lazy. Alright, while we're dealing with the foot. Alright, let me just look up foot parts. How are we separating this? We are going. Let's have a look at this. We have. Are those not two different muscles? Why am I looking at anatomy of a foot? Bup, bup, Main problem is how to deal with the sole of the foot, right? Which this foot have to go? This foot has to become this foot. How does that have to go? Okay, so first up, there does need to be a nail, which needs to be masked out of there at this angle. Is it better to do the foot based on the final position of the cross leg, where the nails are visible? How does foot have to work? Is it actually better to have the foot be facing... I really need to be looking at the top of the foot, because I need the nail. How do I deal with a solder foot? Need both the solder foot and the nails on the toes. Oh, dude, what? To deal with that indeed, actually. It's just a lot of masking magic, or can I do something else about this? So if the shading that makes up the solder foot is floating, the nails, I mean the nails will be floating. It's really almost better if I just... Actually, do I just draw the nails separately onto the foot? Just try and do my best to connect them onto the toes. Later. Oh dear. This literally needs to spin over... Spin over and... Probably thinking, wait. Alright, you know what, let's just attach the leg portion of the left leg in first. Grab these and slap these into here and then go like that, delete that. So once again, looking at the thigh, which I think we're actually going to go from about here. That line's hideous. But I'll get the job done because Bob is going to be covered in. I'm not going to measure the space with here. How thick is that compared to? That's fine. We'll bring... Actually, no, we'll bring to... a little bit. Oh, wait. Okay then, the carve of this foot. All the way down to ankle. Oh, should ankle... Does the ankle need to be separate too? Actually, I'm thinking about it more carefully. Knee sits about there. Actually, yeah, separate those lines. Ba, 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 ba. Oh wait. This pulls up here. The knee ends up forming this. The calf has to flip around to form this. And I deal with the ankles just by manipulating this line. Should be able to. Matter of knowing where it is. Okay, now the question is just how to deal with the foot. The foot. What happens to this line when... Does the actual foot itself... Toes need to be on top. Toes need to be on top. Hello there, how you doing? How does this have to work? If I cut that off and just... this is the personal model I've been working on to try a more posed Live2D model for face tracking. Currently deciding how to deal with feet. Because if the foot is sitting there, what happens when I spin this around? So this leg will pull into here. So that is, this part goes into here, but what does this foot have to do? This has to bend downwards. Okay, I think this is gonna need some masking. I think the best way to deal with this foot is to actually draw it in whole, so that Oh, this feels... That's not a good idea. Oh, how's that have to work? This has to be 2 parts. Oh, this actually has to be 2 parts. That's incredibly... That's gonna be incredibly weird. Or does this one muscle have to be its own part? I need something that could act as an outline for this. Okay, let me just separate this one line from this. I'm very much understanding why people don't do this. So with extra thinking, just to decide how the parts go, because basically this part has to exist, where it goes down, it goes into the sole of the foot. I feel like the calf should handle the ankle of the foot, which basically means we just need to heal. Just something like that shape. I literally need to join this. And then just mask out the lines. Literally probably the best way to deal with this. Then I'll have a separate line that says ankle that probably needs to disappear at times, which is going to be this line where we have the ankle. And then the calf needs to actually handle the shape of the foot. Calf has to handle the shape of the foot here. That ends up going behind the foot, like so. So this ends up going all the way in behind the foot. This muscle... What is this muscle called? It would be nice if I could find a name for this muscle. I think it's literally called ball. Toe, ball, arc, instep. I think it might be called ball. Yeah, it's literally called ball. That's crazy. Not looking for a bunch of pressure points or reflexes of the human body when you touch its feet. Yeah, it's literally called ball. I didn't even knew that. Alright. You're now officially known as ball. But now I gotta talk about the balls of the feet. That's crazy. How many joints are there on the toe? The 2 joints? 2 joints, right? Okay, that means that this is there. The sole of the foot actually needs to encompass literally the top of the foot here. I'm going to hide this line using the toes 90% of the time, but it does need to exist. Basically turns this thing into a 3D rectangle instead of this literally needs to just like not be visible when the foot is turned around, isn't it? Or can it just stretch out and form the shape of that part of the foot? Alright, now then, let's say that's how that has to go. Then we go, 1, 2, no, we need to go folder. Then we need to go toe. Is there a different name for every toe? Let's have a look at this. For each phalange. Did people really just like not bother trying to like figure out how to identify each toe so that the 4th toe along your foot is just a ring toe, because apparently that's the when you get married, that's the one you put your ring around your partner on. That's crazy. It's genuinely better if I don't try to draw the nail onto these based on the position. But basically we need a whole bunch of these, so we're just gonna duplicate this a few times so that we've got the pinky, we've got the ring, the mid, index, and the big toe. I think it's actually better if I form the shape here. And just mask out the bit that's not supposed to be there at different angles instead. I do actually need this line at times. the tip of the small toe faces outwards. So I actually kind of can see the nail on the toe here, right? Looking at... Up, up, up. I also want to extend the length of the toe a little bit as well. This is where the base... Man, it's just absolutely insane as I'm drawing it out like this. I think the main problem is that selection. Bup, 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 People just know it's almost better by just completely circle it, right? Based on an angle. More like an angle that's like, and then mask out the bits we don't need later. And it's just completely insane at this point. Bum, 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 bum. That'd be thicker. I'll do the same thing with this. Well, Mm. Um. Something like that. Oh dear. A lot of this is going to be handled by color. I think it's going to be like the first time I'm actually going to have to definitely bring in guide images into Live2D. Usually I just try and wing it. But this time, 100% gonna need the guide. Alright, let's just grab this. Close that for a moment and go into here and go black. Alright, I also need the soul. Oh, the toes on top of that, right? Should the soul be in charge of handling the whole shape of the that is currently question number one. Also, I should probably consult the, where is it? I've changed the shape of the foot pretty fundamentally already. I wanted to make the foot quite a bit thinner. The thinner will and lengthen the toes a little bit. What's this part looking? This is like, that's actually the... This appears to have a mask just go through all of that. This line's coming up to... Alright, where is this? So basically this split is currently going like nobody will make the actual like heal its own part as well. Why don't you join us up together again? Bup, bup, bum. Join this up and use a mask to get rid of a line where I don't need it. Less pain than actually trying to aggressively morph lines to fill gaps later. The carve. Heck is this? Do I need to flip the toes all around so that this up? don't need to employ a whole bunch of masks. Right? You about that? But, that's going to need a bit of squeezing, but that'll be fine. Something along the lines of that. I don't really need this layer on this side, do I? Oh, I'll just have to sit off with that one now. Holy shit, that took way longer than I felt like I should have. Where's this? Bum, 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 bum. Alright, what's happening here? Where's the spot? It needs to be behind the leg. It needs to stretch out, not. It's always better to have the expanded version, the base. Actually, expand out that. Okay, we'll just start with that. Okay, let's see. I like staring at my hand, just like flexing the fingers, sign the best way to deal with the left hand. Oh dear. Okay, so let's go left arm. The main problem with this hand is that I want it to be like palm open, like fingers extended as like the core motion, but I also want to be able to show the backside of the fingers, or basically where the nails are, well, to be able to turn the hand that way. What's the best way to do? Is it better just to... Might be better actually just have the hand be, where is this? Let's just do, switch on a different layer for a bit. Actually just have the hand be... What? facing inwards for a little bit, so that I thumb into fingers like this as a base instead, so that I have the nails on the right side and can the problem is this muscle with the thumb, isn't it? That's how defined it needs to be. Like, I've kept every other part so simplified that if I can literally get this down, then I can actually start putting color down, and then you start doing the trial and error I'll need for the actual modeling portion. But I mean, coloring would take forever with how many pots there are around the head area. But beyond that, I don't know if it'll be a green screen, it might be a different screen. Because, like, my personal color palette has like both blue and red in it, so it usually ends up being green. I think I've had like one model in the past that had RGMB. It was not a good idea. Like, usually when I tell people, like when people ask me about VTuber models, it's like the first thing I tell them is like, don't use RGMB. It just becomes a giant pain in the butt when you need to green screen stuff out. Like, yeah, you don't actually have to green screen. You can blue screen or you can red screen, but you have RGMB. That turns out becomes a giant pain in the butt, and it becomes a massive game of whether you can get your what you will call it, your editing software to correctly recognize your shade of RG or B. Because video editing, yes, will be magic sometimes. Sometimes it feels like it's doing magic on you when it just starts doing things you don't want it to. But there was definitely a period where some of the videos I edited, my model was partially see-through because I had a bit of green. It wasn't like the green screen green, but it was like semi-transparent instead of being fully transparent. Which probably made it look even more awkward. It was fully transparent, dude, like you just see through it, but it was only semi because it wasn't quite the right shade of green. Which is pretty funny. I mean, someone before showed me their model that had like a flick through RGB lights, and because of the thing he was using to show it to me, every time I flicked to green, it just went transparent. It was so funny. It's literally just a matter of like, what is the base position of the hand? Or do I just have like palm side but fingers down? Which basically what, like this if I hold my hand forward? Or is it like so that You flex the thumb outwards. I got the little things I had to think about while I video editing. I mean, the like they've added a whole bunch of stuff to VTube Studio, basically that removes the need for the green screen. So right now, I'm actually not green screening the game capture of VTube Studio. It does it for me. It's very nice. I don't actually know if it like freaks out if I change the color it removes on its own, but this is not a part where it's better if the joint to the knuckle or the palm is fully filled, and then I just have to mask out the bits that I don't want to think about it. I just like fought with the foot for so long. Well, at least this one isn't in any big rush. Might mess around with this again later tonight. Boy, just like go to sleep on it. Up. Oh yeah, but let's just chill for a bit while I think about it. Palm starts open. Palm side, fingers down, thumb angled. Actually, this might be the best if I just go. But that gives me the fingers with the nail. And the thumb with the nail. This joint would need to be. Oh, that's not the other. It's just like a matter of like how many masks I need. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on, blue stacks. Oh boy. I mean, when would the next festive banner be? Wouldn't, isn't it? Not until anniversary again. Oh boy. Oh wait. It probably would be going by general feel. Well, I won't toss that out there. That's the straw cards. No, it doesn't. Oh, whatever. Bup, bup, bup. Like, I don't know if you get more stuff if you actually try and fight things. You just like go through this whole game mode by avoiding as many fights as possible. It feels really redundant to be like fighting anything. What does this do? Sure. What's the forecast? Can I burn through this? 3 mana. I feel like you get the same amount of rewards no matter what, as long as it's more based on progression than actually like what you're killing. I mean, it's a 2-cost plus of greed. Do that, or do that. Hopefully that does a fat number. Okay, very good. What that? Like that. What do I want here? Just walk around everything. Gotta say, the Tea Party cards are really not very good. It's like you really want all 3 of them, or like none of them, because they really don't do anything if they aren't all there. And it's a roguelike, so it's not even guaranteed you'll get all of them. Okay, I'm gonna ditch the cards that require Tea Party. They're just really not very kind of have destroyed them. I want this. You just do. I only have 3 mana to start because I haven't unlocked everything in the skill tree yet. Alright, plot agreed. That costs us too much. No, just throw this out there. Throw this out there. I need to hold on to that. What do you do? How much did you cost? You cost 2. Okay, we'll do this. Then we'll do this. Then we'll do this. Oh, you caused the rows to change. That's brilliant. What do you do? Just do damage. Actually do pretty fat damage. Just do the damage. That is a fat hit. Yeah, do that. Ina. Sweden. What am I looking at? I don't need a heal now because I dropped the person who got smacked. Azusa is just a lot of card draw. Card draw. How badly do I need card draw? Yeah, she does more than us to me. Oh, whatever that. Okay, we want to... Alright, plot agreed. That's one thing I do know how to do. We'll go this. Gives me a bunch of there, you do that. And lower costs. Draw 1, cost down 1. That should work, right? Because I've got this. That is. Oh, whatever. You. Healing and a shield. That's inconvenient. How much mana do I have? 4. What do you cost? You cost 6. How much do you cost? You cost... go like this. I'm gonna swap you. Cost 4. Alright, blast him. It'd be really nice if I draw another mana card. Okay, that works. 5. Alright, we'll go this. That's a little unfortunate. 6. That's so expensive. Okay, there we go. Dude, I had to flesh out a lot more. I'll be real, most of these cards don't do anything. And that's the main problem. I really like this Makoto statue. Yeah, sure. Okay, one card that doesn't do anything. How much mana do I have? I should have a fair amount of mana here, right? Okay, we're going to go you. We're going to go you. We're going to go you, attached to you. We're going to go 1. We're going to go... How much do you cost? You cost 2. Do that. And then do that. Nailed it. What do we want to do here? Alright, let's very casually walk around everything again. Because no one's got time to fight anything. What do you do? Haven't had you yet. Let's see. You don't attack, you're just a support. But you also you just do damage. Oh. Then we'll drop you. You sit in the back, and that's very nice actually. Let's do that. Oh, it's Muscle Mommy. It'd be really nice if the mulligan didn't actually melt everything again. It was like a poker instead of just like straight mulligan. Alright, let's see. We want to... This... I'm gonna go 1. I don't know about that one. I'll go 2. Oh, only once per turn. All right. This creates one, right? Yeah, creates one. I'm gonna go like this. We're going to attach that to you. Food monitor. Like that, we're going to attach that to you. We're just going to blast you. Oh, wait. Oh, great. The person with the shield is up. Oh, that's a problem. I don't have any of my mana regenerating cards. Really annoying. Dear. Oh, wait. Cost 6. We can't use. What do you cost? You cost 4. Let's just throw this down. Real nice if I drew anything that restored mana. This isn't. Divin. Alright, we'll go like this. We'll go Henish or front. We'll go. Oh, I only have 6 mana. Alright, whatever. You. Okay, do I have enough mana for this? Got a pot of greed. I do actually have enough. Just enough. I'm like doing a little bits at a time. Just because of how long it takes. Like, I know if I just leave it till the last day, I'm not going to finish it. Yeah, it's like you get 10 of the actual thing for the shop every time, no matter like what you do, even if you lose. So I really don't know like if you actually have to finish it. It's just that the mission, like you have to clear 10 times to get about what, 150 gems worth. But you don't actually need to finish it that many times technically. Like, you don't need to clear it that many times. Alright, but anyways, finish up here for the day. Just a little bit of a quick chill session. Alright, so as usual, this will go back into the box of things I've started and haven't finished. I'm probably going to work on this more on the weekend. But as for next week, I haven't decided on what to do yet. The two things that I've floated through so far is see if I can think of a composition with Mika. While I do want to work with the characters from the current Princess Connect event, the character I would like to work with is in the second round of the gacha, so she's not out yet, so it'll be a little annoying to grab a hold of any reference images, so see what I can think up of. Alright, so anyways, thank you very much for watching today's session of line art. This is actually most of the way there. It's literally one hand, one arm, and then nails for the toes, and then it is ready for color for the most part. But that's more of a me problem for a little bit. Alright, so either way, if you want to see more of the stuff I do, remember to be subscribed or following, depending on where you're watching from. Leave a like, cause that helps me out, and I'll see you again next time.